Hello and welcome to Yoga for Anxiety lesson. I'm Nanako. I teach yoga as Nanu Yoga on this channel. This yoga lesson is here to help you feel less anxious, to bring you out of your busy mind and back to your body, making you feel more grounded. Before we start, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this. If you have any comments, feel free to ask below. My channel is really tiny, so I always make sure to answer every comment. So as you can see, we are here in Japan with the beautiful Mount Myoko behind in the background on a really luscious, beautiful autumn day. So let's get started and let's bring yourself facing forwards on your mat. You're going to press the palms down on the mat and bring your bum down towards the heels, and you're going to start in Child's Pose. So here, pressing down on the palms of your hands, staying here for another breath. And then on your next inhale, pressing both palms down on the mat, slowly bringing yourself up, tucking the toes in. You're going to slowly go from down dog, just briefly, and then looking forwards, bringing your feet towards your hands, and then slowly bringing yourself all the way up. And we're going to start in our moon salutation. So I'm just going to show you how my feet are. So feet about hip width apart, that's just how I prefer to practice. You can have your feet together if you'd like. Hands by your side. Inhaling, bring your hands up towards the sky. And then exhaling, facing forwards. You can bend the knees, relax the head. And then you're going to bring yourself into a halfway fold, looking forwards, nice long spine. Exhale, looking down. And then bring your left foot back, bringing the left knee down. And then here you're in low lunge, and then bringing both hands up to your waist just to sort of square them, facing them forward, and then bringing both hands up above your head. And then bringing both hands down, bringing both hands down by your foot, and then pressing that right foot back. And then you're going to bring your knees down, your chest down, and your chin down. So knees, chest, chin pose, pressing the hands down. And then inhaling, bring yourself up into a Cobra pose, shoulders down, looking forwards, palms facing down, and then tuck the toes in, bring your bum up, and then here you're in downward facing dog. So you can bend the knees like I'm doing if it's the first time you're doing a down dog or stretching the backs of your legs today, and then make sure to bring your chest down towards the mat. And if you'd like to, obviously, bring the heels down, and you can straighten out your legs if you need to. So exhale, looking forwards, bringing your feet towards your hands, halfway fold, looking forward. Exhale, looking down, and then inhaling, bring yourself all the way up, hands up above your head, and then exhale, hands back down by your side. So I'm going to do that again, but on the other side, about the same pace. Inhaling, hands up above you. Exhale, folding down, relax the head, bend the knees if you need to. Inhale, halfway fold. Inhale, hands to your shins or on the mat. Exhale, back down. And then this time, bringing the right foot behind you, right knee down, untuck the back foot. Bring yourself into a low lunge. Square the hips so they're facing forwards. Hands by your side. Inhaling, hands above you. And then exhale, bringing both hands back down by your front foot. And then bringing that right foot behind you. And then tucking the right foot down, bringing the left foot back. And then bringing your knees down, chest down, chin down. Pressing yourself on your hands and then inhaling back up. And then pressing down on the palms of your hands, tuck in the toes, bringing yourself up into a downward facing dog. So here you can bend the knees if you need to. You can press your chest down towards the mat, and then you can hop looking forwards, feet to hands. Inhale, halfway fold. Exhale, forward fold, and then inhaling, bring your hands up towards the sky, and then exhale, hands back down by your side. And then inhaling, bringing both hands up towards the sky. Exhaling, forward fold. You can bend the knees, relax the head. Inhale, looking forwards, hands to shins, hand to the mat. Bring your hands down, placing the left foot behind you, untuck the left foot, bring yourself into a low lunge, bringing both hands up above your head. Exhale, bringing your hands back down towards your front foot. And then tuck in the left toe. And then knees, chest, chin. And then pressing down on the palms of your hands, you're going to inhale, bring your upper body up, shoulders down, elbows in. And then exhale, bring yourself down and your bum up into a downward facing dog. And then exhale, looking forwards, bringing your feet towards your hands. Inhaling, halfway fold. Exhaling, forward fold. And then inhale, hands up above your head. And then exhale, hands back down by your side. Inhaling, hands up towards the sky. Exhale, forward fold. You can bend the knees, relax the head. Inhale, halfway fold. Exhale, bringing the right foot back. Untuck the right foot. Bring yourself into a low lunge, bringing both hands up towards the sky. Exhale, bring both hands by the front foot, bringing the left foot behind you, knees, chest, chin. Press down on the palms of your hands, bringing yourself up, elbows in, shoulders down. And then tuck the toes, bring yourself back up into a downward facing dog. So pressing the chest down, knees can be bent. Exhale, looking forwards, bring your feet towards your hands. Inhale, halfway fold. Exhale, forward fold again. And then inhaling, coming all the way back up. Hands above your head. Exhale, hands back down by your side. Inhaling, hands up above your head. Exhale, forward fold. Relax the head, bend the knees if you need to. Inhale, halfway fold, looking forwards. Exhale, bending down into a forward fold, bringing the right foot and the left foot back into a plank pose. Exhale, you can bring your knees down if you need to, otherwise stay in plank. And exhale down, chaturanga. Inhaling, bring yourself up. And then hands up, feet up, chest up, locust pose. And then exhale, hands back down by your side. Tuck the toes in. Bring yourself up into a downward facing dog. You can bend the knees a little bit, bring the chest down towards the mat. Looking forwards, bend the knees, bringing your feet up towards your hands, halfway fold. Exhale, forward fold. And then slowly coming back up. Bring your hands up above your head as you inhale. And then exhale, hands back down by your side. Inhaling, hands up above your head. Exhale, forward fold. Relax the head. Inhale, halfway fold, looking forwards. Exhale, back down. Then bringing both feet behind you, plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga, elbows in, and then bringing the feet up, hands up, chest up. You're in locust pose, nice strong pose for your lower back. Tuck the toes in, bring the hands back down, bring yourself up, and then getting ready for another downward facing dog. And then looking forwards, bend the knees. You can either jump your feet towards your hands or walk them forwards. Inhale, halfway fold. Exhale, forward fold. Inhaling, hands up above your head. And then exhale, hands back down by your side. Forward fold. Bringing the left foot and right foot behind you. Nice strong plank pose. And then bring yourself into a downward facing dog. And then bring in the right foot behind you, bringing it forward, kind of crisscrossing it there, and then preparing for pigeon pose. So either you stay exactly where I am, so nice and high in your pigeon pose, just make sure your hips are square, so right hip back a little bit, left hip forward. Otherwise, as you exhale, you're welcome to come down as low as is comfortable for you. You know your body best, so do the best you can with what you got. No need to push past your boundary. Take another deep breath here. slowly bring yourself back up, tucking the left foot down, bringing the right knee back into your downward facing dog. And then from your downward facing dog, you're just going to focus on that back leg, the left leg. You're going to lift it up behind you and bring it forward. So your left knee is towards your left wrist and the left foot is towards your right wrist. You're going to square the hips, so left hip back a little bit, right hip a little bit forward. And then as you exhale, you can either stay exactly where I was a second ago or you can come all the way down. So this is a really deep hip stretch in pigeon pose. So staying here for another 2 deep breaths. And final breath here. And then bringing both hands down on the mat, pressing them down, and then bringing yourself up. You're going to bring the left foot behind you and then tuck in the right foot, and then you're going to be in down dog just to transition. So we're going to move on towards the right leg is behind you. You're going to bring that right leg forward. We're going to get into lizard pose. So this is really deep hip opener as well. So just stretching that foot just a little bit more to the right of your mat if that's accessible for you. And as you exhale, you can come down as low as you'd like to. I've been running a little bit, so my hamstrings are real tight, so I can't quite get really low in lizard pose anymore. And that's okay. So you want to always stretch to your limit rather than overstretch and then injure yourself in the long term. You want to keep practicing yoga. So staying here for another breath. And then bringing that right foot back, tucking the toes, bringing yourself back into a downward facing dog. I'm going to transition to the other side. So left leg up behind you, left leg forward, bringing that left leg a bit more to that sort of outer edge of the mat. And you can bring that right leg knee down. And then you can either stay exactly where you are in that lizard pose. It's a really intense stretch for your hips. Or otherwise you can go as low as that's comfortable for you. You might find here that one side is a little bit more flexible than the other. That's totally fine. If you want to spend a little bit more time on the sort of more stiff side, you can stay there for a bit longer. But for now, we're going to finish, transition out, bringing that left foot back, and then you're going to get into your downward facing dog. And then shuffling the feet forward, so feet towards your hands at the front of the mat. You're going to inhale, halfway fold, looking forwards, exhale, folding down, and then you're going to stay in a ragdoll. So bringing both hands to the outside of your elbows, and then just make sure here that your back is nice and relaxed. And I have quite tight hamstrings. I tend to just bend my knees, so you're welcome to do so as well, so that your stomach and your belly and your thighs are touching. Bring your hands down, and then bringing both hands up, you're going to get into warrior 2. So right foot facing forward, left foot sort of 90 degrees towards how my foot is, as you can see. Both hands out to the side. And then you're going to bring the right elbow down, left hand up. Then here, if your neck's comfortable, you can look up. Otherwise, leave your head where it feels the most comfortable for you. And then bringing that left hand down again, back into warrior 2. And then straightening the front leg and then bringing that left foot in a little bit just to close up the space between your legs. And you're going to bring the right hand down. You're going to get into triangle pose here. It's another quite intense stretch. Just to make sure the right hip is a little bit more forward, the left hip sort of presses back. If you'd like to, you can look up towards the top of your hand. So you're kind of making a triangle with the whole body. And then inhaling, bringing the left hand up. And then you're going to transition towards a bit of a balancing pose. So here you can bring the right arm down and then bringing the left foot up. And the final way to do this is to bring the hand up. So half moon pose. Your hip does not have to be completely open here. So very much balancing. I like this pose for an anxious mind because it's quite hard to think of all your worries when you're trying to balance and stay stable. So bring that left foot back down. And then from warrior two, you're going to transition to just straighten your front leg and then pointing the leg to the other side. So you're going to go to the other side of your mat and you're going to get into a warrior two. And staying in warrior two, just make sure your knee is comfortable. Bending that front knee. Then we're going to transition, so bringing the left elbow down above the left knee and then right hand above you, sort of bicep facing your face. And then inhaling back up, left hand forward, right hand back, back in warrior two. Then you're going to straighten out that front leg and then you're going to bring that left hand down. So bringing that left hip a little bit more forwards, that right hip a bit more towards the back. To triangle pose, another breath here. And then slowly coming back out, back into warrior two. And then you're going to slowly come down to half moon pose. Again, it's supposed to challenge your balance to make you be completely present in the moment. Left arm up, half moon pose. You're right there. Oh, I just fell over. Sometimes it happens. Don't worry if it happens to you. If it's breezy outside or if you're a bit tired, it can be extremely hard to balance. I'm not even going to edit this out. It's hilarious. So back into half moon pose. If you stayed there and you didn't fall, well done. But it's not a competition, it's just yoga. So let's just have fun. So bringing the right foot down, bring ourselves back into warrior two. It's all over, whether you fell or not, it doesn't matter. And then bringing both hands down, straightening out that front leg, and then bringing yourself towards the other side of the mat. And you're going to get into a plank position. Press the palms down, bring your bum down towards the feet and into a lovely grounding child's pose. So it's just to kind of feel what you just did, all those standing poses, the balancing, and now you're back to a really relaxing, grounding pose. And if your hips are still up higher, your head's not touching the mat, don't worry about it. Just try and get into child's pose. It's more about sort of relaxing. Last breath here. As your next inhale, pressing down on the palms of your hands, inhaling, coming back up. You're going to slowly bring yourself up into a comfortable seated position, easy pose. And we're going to do one of my favorite breathing exercises, Nadi Shodhana. So you're going to bring the right hand towards your face, the left ring finger towards your left nostril, the right finger towards the right nostril. And here you're going to close the mouth and only breathe through your nose. So you're going to inhale through the left nostril, and then close both nostrils. 3, 2, 1, and then exhale through the right nostril. And then inhaling again through the right nostril. Closing both nostrils. 3, 2, 1, and then exhale through the left. If you're going faster or slower, don't worry, just go at your own pace. Then closing both nostrils. 3, 2, 1, and exhaling through the right nostril. And then inhaling through the right nostril. Closing both nostrils. And then exhaling through the left. And then inhaling through the left nostril. And then breathing out through the right nostril. Inhaling through the right nostril. Closing both nostrils. And exhale through the left. And let that hand go. Bring both hands down, top of your knees. And slowly make your way down into my favorite pose, the last pose, essentially adult nap time, but you're not supposed to sleep, Shavasana. So corpse pose, so bringing both hands down by your side, letting yourself really feel the pranayama, the breathing technique that you just did. It's incredibly calming. I would recommend to do that breath anytime you feel extremely anxious or stressed or overwhelmed. It just brings you back into your body, and the only thing we can control is ourselves, and the breath is a really good way to do so. So here, your only goal in Shavasana is to relax. So really letting your body melt a little bit heavier onto the mat. If you have any thoughts pop up, that's totally fine. You're not an actual corpse like in Shavasana. You are very much alive, and we are thinking beings. But try not to put too much attention on those thoughts. And if they're very critical or negative, try not to take them personally, and really let them go if they are quite mean thoughts that you have about yourself. And remember that feeling anxious is fine. Any feelings are valid. But that you're not an anxious person. It's not you. It's not a character of your own. It's something that you're just feeling. So staying here, relaxing a little further. Coming back to your breath. If your mind is not used to resting and just doing nothing, just bring yourself back into your body, connecting to your mat, to the earth, breathing. And if you'd like to stay here further, you're more than welcome to. Otherwise, we're going to bring both knees in towards the chest. Bring yourself to the left side of your mat, or the right, whichever's most comfortable for you. And you're going to slowly press yourself back up. And we're going to get into easy pose again. And slowly bringing both hands back down by your side. You're going to inhale, bringing the hands up above you. Then exhale, bringing both hands towards your heart. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope that you feel a lot less anxious. I really feel you. I do deal with anxiety quite often, and yoga and meditation have been such a great way to deal with this. So if you enjoyed this, if you feel more relaxed and less anxious, let me know in the comments below. My channel is tiny, so I always make sure to reply to all your comments. Any suggestions for future yoga sequences or something you'd like me to teach you on this YouTube channel, feel free to ask me, and hope to see you soon.